touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came primetime action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Round of applause and you go, that's it. Damn, it's a bomb with a flick on my wrist. Jersey on my chest, that's a team that I rep. Came in as a rookie, now I'm balling like a vet. If you talking crazy, better say it with your chest. Hit him with the right, then I hit him with the left. Then the juke move, Heisman stiff arm, lights out, you snooze.
We're about 15 miles south of downtown Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Buffalo Bills. And we are underway in Buffalo. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. Last week we saw a rarity. He was over 200 yards on the ground and they lost. So we'll see if they can get more carries like that and win this week.
And that was interesting watching the game tape, wasn't it? Because it was hard to register while we watched him pile up that yardage and create those nice runs that they didn't win the football game. But that doesn't mean changing what you do. Continue to feed him the football.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They run the counter. It's Phillips. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Herbert on 3rd down now. He finds his man complete. It's Phillips. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 43. On first down, Phillips. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They run the counter. Phillips. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
They snap it to Herbert. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. The 20. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown.
Well, they were advancing the ball. They had a couple first downs under their belt, but a big mistake there on the opening drive leads to 6 points the other direction.
And what a good read that was on his part, Brandon, because it prevents a possible scoring drive with how they were moving things along. And it gives the defense the early advantage was going to be a definitely entertaining battle between these units.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Charger drive about to get going. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On first down, it's Herbert. Here as he's taken down.
Kayvon Thibodeaux, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Another try after the first down sack.
Herbert. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete.
20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown.
Anthony Schwartz.
His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Tucker McCann now for the extra point.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start the drive with Cook.
That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing now is Allen. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. The Bills at 500, sitting at 5-5. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Allen. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 33. A very solid gain of 27. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Here's Allen. He finds his man Johnson. And some room to maneuver. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 14. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Back to the ground, Cook. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
Allen taking it himself. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down.
Now that was a little too conservative for my liking. It's only 2nd down, and they try to run the sneak. Give credit to the defense. They pushed them back and set up 3rd down.
Half 85.
Cook is in. Touchdown, Bills.
So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on third down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. The Charger drive about to get going. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Phillips. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Here's second and 10. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's third and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
The slot man in motion right. First down, here's the run with Cook.
And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4. Slot man moves right. Again, it's Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
The slot man in motion right. Cook up the gut. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Second and 5 from the 8.
They'll try the middle with Cook, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
Now Allen. That's caught left side by Hardman. Touchdown! Mecole Hardman. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now 21-7.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could start on Herbert, his 3rd interception. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. It's complete to Diggs.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Four yards remain for 2nd down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Allen completes it to Hardman.
Oh, he's brought down, and remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
The kick by Bass is good.
And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it go again. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
But no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee you, he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll give to Cook on the read option. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Third down, here's a run by Cook. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Well, 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
The Charger drive about to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On 3rd down, it's Phillips. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 4th down, Herbert. Got a man, it's Schwartz, complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Now a handoff up the middle. Phillips. And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Phillips, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Up the middle they go. It's Phillips. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bills are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Slot man moves right. Now Cook running right. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run it again with Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. The Bills send the punter out. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Taken in at the 11. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run the counter. It's Phillips. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. 4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. And my goodness, another interception. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 52 yards on the ground for him so far.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Say, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Phillips. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Open man here, Schwartz, complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Now a handoff up the middle. Phillips. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Up the middle they go. Phillips. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They had to go through with such little time remaining, and the Bills are going to get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
56, 56. Hey, tight.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And fortunately, the Bills jump on it and get it back. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
56.
So Allen's going to look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Now this time, Allen will throw. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, fourth quarter. He's played mistake-free football.
And I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, he spent time in the film room and they worked on his mechanics. Sometimes it's just your team believing in you, your coaching staff believing in you, and you relax and play to your potential. And he's doing that in this game.
And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter. But second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you said baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Bills, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.
Got your best friend hanging out the arm though. Got game like I'm dropping me a console. No, I don't swim, but I give up. Nah, flex. While you there looking depressed, feel the get up in your chest while I soak up my success. Getting tokens for your stress. I'll be making all the checks anytime you see me step on a stage. Acting real soft like my skin coming beige. Gonna step out and with him, girl, you fake. Try to get it out, what you handsome. You ain't dance on. Tell your boyfriend, go and put your pants on. Down. The best friend.